Mike the Ref Maloney, Big Bad Boris on the call here tonight.
Let's go! Let's go!
Third! The Super Kick Party! Yeah, pay the money for that. No one. And of course, you gotta get the coffin spin. Hey, yo, 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 and away we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the AEW Sidecast. Not simulcast. We can't show the video, but, you know, good to see everybody coming in tonight, whether you're watching live, whether you're watching VOD, whether you're watching on the YouTubes. Hopefully, I'm hoping by Revolution we'll be able to get back on to multi-streaming here. Might even do it sooner. We'll see how things can work out here. I think tomorrow's stream is going to be a little bit of a test to learn if we can do that or not. But hope everybody's doing well. We got a fun show coming up tonight. I believe that it would make sense that the main event would be the tag title match between Private Party and the Hurt Syndicate. I'm assuming we're probably going to get a title change here. But yeah, it's going to be a very interesting lineup tonight. We got the tag title match. We got Cope versus PAC in the abbreviated one-syllable word names battle there. So that's going to be a lot of fun. AR Fox versus Swerve Strickland in a... This one's the only time I think I can remember a match that's actually gone 3 times. Like, they've actually run it 3 times on Dynamite. Because if I do remember, this is the 3rd time that they're facing each other. One was just after the turn from Matt beating up Nick Wayne to kicking him out. There was another one. I'm trying to remember exactly when the second one was. It was right before one of the major pay-per-views for Swerve's. I think Joe set it up against AR Fox. Right before that title match there, a pick your poison kind of thing. Then tonight, so that's going to be a lot of fun here. We got Jamie Hayter, Julia Hart. That's going to be a blast. And I wonder if they're going to play into the storyline of The Mist. Because The Mist was put in there about 2 weeks ago. So there is a possibility that Mist could have some prolonged effects here. Granted, Harley Cameron got misted, and we'll see how that goes here. And then we're also getting the confrontation between Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay. Hey, Snowpeg, we're good to see you here today. Hope you're doing well in this balmy weather. This is Wednesday. We have had less snow than Florida today. We've had less ice than New Orleans. Up here in Canada, we are, we're watching hell freeze over them anyways here. Sorry, I had to. Just with everything going on. I got to make at least a couple jokes as we go here, so. But, you're in Knoxville, Lyncher? Atta boy. Hope you enjoy it. Let us know what you think. Well, let us know how the show feels, because I know the crowd's really tight there. Hope you have a blast while you're there. I love it. Thank you. Thank you for popping in and saying hello. I appreciate you. And Jay Quick, good to see you too, by the way. And you're talking about being intrigued about the Ospreay Omega face-off. I think this is going to be the beginning of a tag team. I'm not going to say run, but it's going to be a tag team portion. It's a great way to bring Omega back without having to push him too hard early. Bring him in, make him work with the best wrestler in the world currently right now. Serpentico. Ooh. Crazy Steve working the AEW tapings. I'm thinking Crazy Steve's probably down from that way. You're going to see a lot of whether former or somewhat related TNA people there, just because Knoxville is somewhat of the, well, Nashville was the spiritual home of TNA. So, but yeah, that's nice. Well, Serpentico, he just talks about maximizing every moment that he's got, and I love it. Got a chance to listen to him on the AEW podcast. Just Tony, please just no MJF or Jeff Jarrett promo.
Sir, no, sir.
That's my thoughts on it right there. It can sum up in one soundbite. Honestly, if every show was just wrestling for the last week here in terms of AEW, I don't think anybody would be complaining about any match on the card. Yes, the 12-man super tag was a little weird, but it got the job done and told a hell of a story by the end of it. If it wasn't for those two damn promos, Wednesday and Saturday, just took the entire momentum out of the place, and I hope the crowd brings it, and Lyncher, I'm holding you responsible if the crowd does not bring it tonight. Just saying. If you're still popping in here, I'm blaming you if the crowd is not over tonight. Of course, it'd be facetious, but that's just me. But yeah, no, the way things are lining up we're gonna get a lot of interesting takes here tonight. And we should get a lot of interesting matches put together. We are on the road to Revolution, which is probably a year and a half away. Now that Grand Slam Australia is simply just a weirdly booked Dynamite, the weirdly booked Collision, which is going to air after the NBA playoffs on the 15th. Sorry. Just trying to figure out how to say this the right way. Be after the NBA playoffs on the 15th. And it's going to be... well, of course, half collisions are taped anyway, but so that's not as big of a deal. But I really wonder what's going to be on that card, because I think it's going to be a lot of excitement. I do feel that this Saturday's Collision might actually be a little bit more of a pièce de résistance kind of card tonight. Hey, Nats fan, how you doing? Hope you do well. This Saturday could be a very interesting card for AEW, just for the fact that let's see how much TK wants to stack his card going up against Saturday night's main event, which... if you look at overall the ratings in that of what happened in the States, like I don't take a lot of solstice to what's going on with the ratings, but at the same time, I feel that a lot of people say, yeah, that wasn't really good. Really didn't get a lot. And based on what they're doing on the card, like Sheamus is not going to beat Braun Breaker at a Saturday night's main event for the IC title. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen at Mania. Jey Uso Gunther? Maybe. Then you get a contract signing hosted by Shawn Michaels, a local guy. Which means KO's going to stun Michaels the way that Stone Cold did. So, we'll be here for Collision. I'll see if I find a way to get Saturday night's main event on another screen close to me here. And you got a paid day off because of the Southeast Blizzard? Yeah, like, I heard it's absolutely nuts down... like, you want to talk... well, with all due respect, Nats fan, and I hold this with highest regard, and I promise we aren't going to get into a politics day, because, let's face it, we have enough headaches in our life. But doesn't it look a little bit like hell's freezing over? Just... on the weirdest scale of the world, if you take things back about 15 steps, doesn't it look like that a little bit? It's just weird. That's all I can say. It's just weird more than anything else. And yeah, I'm just, like I said, for me, it's more about wrestling and just... It's amazing how much good wrestling we got going on right now. Like, Genesis had a great show. I heard, well, I don't think anybody could give GCW a fair shake because of what all the legalities of what had to happen based on Allie Catch's injury. By the way, all the best to Allie Catch. She broke her leg in 2 spots, so she's going to be out for a while. Yeah, I love the Illuminati logo there. That's just, yeah. Nature has some stuff going on. And announced by TNA at the February tapings will be a full... That doesn't surprise me. They said they were going to do it. Now, everybody's trying to wait to the last minute to book everything now. In terms of where it's going to be, when it's going to be, what's booked where. As we're getting into the actual card starting here. AEW just announced on socials today that Dynasty is going to be April 6th, which was normally the WrestleMania weekend. So it looks like those two are going to be flipping this year. Because Dynasty was on the what is now the WrestleMania weekend. Select your Kenny Omega. I love that poster.
And what a way to begin this telecast from the great city of Knoxville, Tennessee. Ladies and gentlemen,
Cheap pop for the...
a week ago, he wanted to confront him one-on-one. First of all, let's bring in the aerial assassin, Will Ospreay.
We could be a few days from find out it's the Commanders Bill Super. Absolutely. I am so stoked for Sunday. Unfortunately, the Bills have already taken about 10 penalties. They're starting with it. Why not? And Jay Quick, here's my thinking about this. You leave this for the last segment, and a lot of people will not be watching this. Heard the Bills already lost.
Sir, no, sir.
Behave, Jay Quick. We've ruined people for less here. Come on now. No, my thinking is if they leave this for the last segment, a lot of people will just turn off the TV. I think they're going to announce something for Saturday here. Because Saturday is homecoming, remember? Bills are always certain. Snow Penguin, you're always there for the easy one there. I love it. I appreciate you. Oh, it just... Yeah, you got to remember, this Saturday is homecoming collision, so they want to hype it up as a little bigger card. Lion of the Night so far? Well, yeah. Normally with me, you keep that bar pretty low here when it comes to Lion of the Night. Somebody get a copy of that picture. I want it. Your lines are out, so honestly, I'm shocked, to be honest. Like, Nats fan, all the power to you. Congratulations on a well-earned victory. But that Lions team will never be the same again. They lost their offensive and defensive coordinators. Their D-line coach is now gone. He's gone to New England. Like, Dan Campbell's got some work to do for sure.
My honor to be in the ring with two of the greats. I can say that. Will you ask for this to be able to talk to Kenny Omega? The floor is yours. Kenny?
Omega and Jeans, hey, they're just trying to be casual tonight.
Glad you're not dead. Listen, Kenny.
That's a hell of an opening line. Glad you're not dead.
Last time we were in this ring and not throwing punches at one another, but a lot's changed since you've been away, mate. I've got nothing to do with the Don Callis family. I've been trying to change this place within. I've been trying to make that change. I've got nothing to do
How about that jackass who voted for Elio Aritro?
with the way that they were handling business. To try and stop that, and mate, I'll be honest with you.
Everybody's got their opinion.
Really bad time right now. Moxley's got the world title hostage, and I've been trying to get over there and fight that battle, but mate, I keep running
My God.
I know, listen. I know we've had our differences. You're not like me and I don't.
Ibushi, maybe. Oh. Omega not fooling around.
Stop. Stop. You said you didn't remember the last time we faced each other.
Hope the match to your favorite. All right, you have fun, Snow Penguin. Enjoy your dinner.
And in that match, not only did you drop me on my head and almost break my neck, but you stabbed me in the head with a screwdriver, the same one that Dawn had used months before. As far as I'm concerned, it makes you no better than him. And why did you do it, Will? Why? All because you were trying to prove that you were the best. You were trying to prove that you were better than me. Well, Will, not only did I not believe you were better than me back then,
This is fun.
as hell don't believe you're better than me now. And it took diverticulitis to almost kill me for people to even know that you existed. So
Wow.
Will, now that I'm back, Will, congratulations on being number 2, because number 1 is standing right here in front of you. So if you're here to apologize and ask for my help, the answer is no chance in hell, because I will never trust someone like you, bruv. You little prick. Listen here. No, you come here. Okay.
Oh, God. Here we go. Now, they were going to fix this, and all of a sudden this...
Osprey was trying to extend the olive branch, but it didn't work with Omega. Impeccably bad timing by Don.
I don't know what the proper way to call this. Omega don't give a shizzin'. He's going after him.
Got set up in a trap there, Kenny. That's what I feel that was. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but now Fletcher 2-on-1.
Well, now Fletcher's out there. Osprey's got to go.
You can never trust Will Osprey, but Osprey is he's coming in. Will Osprey now going right into Fletcher. These two men, former friends, picking up where they left off weeks ago.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Osprey charging it in, and now, oh wait a second, Kyle Fletcher. Oh, very nearly took down Osprey, but Osprey, oh, watch out.
All right. I thought he was going to go for an Oz cutter out of nowhere.
Predictable as Osprey, now Fletcher.
Now this is where... Fletcher versus Omega? No, I don't think so either.
His head to catch a thunderous right elbow, but now to
God, I love a good dragon suplex. I have always loved that out of Omega.
Kenny Omega, he was betrayed by Don Callis when Will Osprey came up to the scene, much like Osprey was betrayed by Don Callis when to catch him.
And Fletcher decided, nope, we ain't doing that.
Kick by Fletcher.
8-man tag? Maybe.
Definitely a shot and a half right there. Omega got
I don't think you get the Bucks yet, though. I honestly don't think you see the Bucks for a while.
2 feet away from the intestine of Kenny Omega. His condition, there's still a lot of questions circling around that. That's a type of injury.
And the crowd has just showed their pleasure for Don Callis, which I appreciate. Bucks got to stay away. They got go away heat right now. Well, we need the right booking for him, and I think Tony Khan knows a little bit about long-term booking. And since the Bucks are on a limited date deal anyway, it makes sense to just let him sit for a while. Oh, great. Here comes Archer and Cage. Yeah, like you were saying, good to open the show with. Like we were saying, it's a little surprising to open the show with this, but it's also very smart. Archer going to die here right away. If everybody dies, I think it'll be him too. Camera's trying to catch up, but they didn't have an extra camera on the side. That's hilarious. Old man security guard don't give a shit. He ain't going nowhere. Oh my God, they got a full merch booth. You notice the one guy's going immediately for the cash box? Or the laptop, never mind. This feels like old school WCW. Well, that in many ways is what Tony Khan grew up with. Like old school WCW and old school ECW. Oh. Even the merch guys are like, the frick is this? It's nice knowing I don't have to go to bed right away since I'm off to... Hey, attaboy. Is he going to chokeslam both of them through? Nope. I didn't think so. That just didn't make sense. Oh my God, they're working together. Oh my God, they're working together. Office opens at 11, so... Attaboy. Yeah, we might end up with that 8-man tag, but this is just chaos to start the show. I love it. Now it's 2-on-1 on both ends, so both guys are going to get ripped. Well, Cage was coming up, but now he's not, and... So now they're down to 3-on-2. Get the damn guy with the phone out of there. I think Omega will make the call and say, I need you. I think that's the only way you fix that bridge. Oh, God. Oh, God. It's funny, security guys trying to complain to the guys, but they're like, no, we're helping them up. Jesus. Ibushi? I think you need two. I think you need two. I think Omega's okay, guys. You need the Bucks for this one. All right, we're just gonna go climb some trusses and go nuts. Tanahashi's almost done, Nats fan.
Hey, Don Callis! We saw what you did to your boys. You saw what we did to your boys. Don Callis. The next time we get a chance, it's gonna be you. We put 6 feet down under.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You want to build to a pay-per-view? You want to build to a big show? That's how you do it. So, for Grand Slam Australia, yes, I know everything else sucks about it when it comes to when it's on in the States and Canada and screwing up the date and time and all that. Right now, we have Osprey Omega versus Fletcher Takeshita, and we have Tony Storm, Mariah May. You tell me that isn't going to sell tickets. Like, literally just, give me my money. Here's my money. Take my money. Have my money. Like, you want to talk about getting tickets sold, that's how you do it. I think that's when you see the Bucks return in Australia. Honestly, they're doing Cope and PAC as the main. Okay. That'll be fun. New Zealand, surrounding countries are all flying the venues. You speak, hey, getting in. Well, at least they don't have to worry about snow to get through, right? Yeah, I think Omega's pretty good right now. He's in pretty good shape right now. Pretty damn sure that. But once again, it is smart. You put Omega with a tag partner for his first couple matches. Maybe not his first, but like once he's settled in, get him a tag partner for a little bit. Let him get some reps in. Because let's face it, the number of reps that he's had in front of a crowd. He had the 30-minute match with Kid. He's had a 20-minute match with Cage. And that's it for right now. Like, this is the third interaction he's had. Granted, Omega can do so many things that we would joke about. And Osprey will be taking the heat for most of that match, I bet.
The best of the best. We bring you PAC in the main event. Adam Copeland went to sleep in 2011. Woke up in 2025. In a world where he doesn't belong. In a world that he doesn't understand. Where the animals are bigger, faster, stronger, meaner, and smarter. But there are plenty of weak, pathetic creatures around here.
Get to that in 1 sec, Nats.
Your carcass on top of the pile, Adam. Adam Copeland's neck's hanging on by a thread, man. Brian Danielson's neck is hanging on by a thread, too. I'll finish the job for him. Like Darby Allin had a death wish for his career. I gave it to him. That's what I'm saying. Cope. Is that maybe the next time you go to the doctor, you get some bad news. Maybe your next doctor's visit is a worst case scenario. In that case, I won't lose even a little bit of sleep over it. I don't sleep much anyway. I don't have time to sleep. I don't have time for relics from the past. There's too much work to do. We're building a future.
You know, Moxley shouldn't talk about not being able to sleep because, that is, that's more of that's a Vince McMahon thing. We're going tag titles to start the show. So we're completely flipped from where I thought they were going to be. And they're coming out in gold tonight, folks. Never would have thought that Omega would have tagged with Osprey, let alone Osprey wrestle his tag partner in Fletcher. There is so many different ways that things are going right now. And wrestling is awesome in so many ways. Just like it's great hanging out with all of you here. Cope brings in Glamazon to counter Shafir. I think that's a card that you might play at Revolution. I don't think you play it yet. I think you play that card late. Like, that is a pay-per-view worthy appearance. Truly favorite. Thanks, Nats fan. I appreciate that. It's like I tell everybody, you know what? I appreciate the follows. The subs are great. Don't get me wrong. You know, money's good. But all I ever ask for everybody is just tell your friends, tell your enemies. Have them in here. Let's hang out. Let's enjoy things. Does the Hurt Syndicate win the titles? I'll ask you, Jay, quick. What do you think? With the whole new trot, you say yes? I hate it. I hate it. But I have a tendency to agree with you. But hear me out. Hear me out on this, Jay, quick. Hear me out on this chat. What if Private Party flukes their way out of a victory here? Oh! Lynch, I'm going to have to go back and check that out. Don't you love a crowd brawl? Make sure you get back and watch the TV show. Get a shot of that. Get it in the social. Get in the Discords there. But I'm happy you're getting on TV. I love the brawls everywhere. Were you the guy trying to help up Osprey? That was one spot that I loved. The fact that security guard was trying to chase someone away. But no, hear me out. When it comes to the tag titles, make it a fluke victory for. Oh, you can throw it in. Oh. I love Discord some days. Forgive me, chat, if the stream goes a little bit wonky right now. For some reason, my Discord automatic link doesn't work here. There you go. Things get a little choppy here for a second. I'll fix that in 1 second here. Unfortunately, everything wants to update for Discord now that it tried to open up. Just my Stream Deck isn't working right for the comment. That's what happened there. Forgive me if, like I said, if things go choppy for a second, I'll get them unchoppy in a second, okay? But you can even tell on Private Party, they don't have a confident look on their face, which does scare me a little bit. And we get MVP on commentary. That's hilarious. Okay, behave. Like, even if you look at Bobby, like, Bobby does do a little bit of selling here, and I'm actually very happy for that. Let me see here if... Okay, got rid of that. Everything should be good now, folks. Sorry about the wait. It's what happens when I don't get mods. I should. I see narratives being pushed on social media platforms that AEW is the place where WWE guys go to retire. I'm just sitting back and thinking WWE would be doing Lashley, Benjamin, or MVP outloaded. Yeah. Oh, don't worry about it, my friend. Like, I was even saying even in Remember the Game Discord, I just, the fact that you were there. Oh, and Zodiac, sorry, you popped in when my computer was starting to crash because I tried to load Discord for some stupid reason. Yes, I did wear this on purpose. I'll get back to the WWE comment in 1 sec here, Nats. Retro Hangover is the shirt for today. Just because I really enjoyed listening to the Gore Piece today. On the Retro Hangover podcast, they had their annual awards for the games they played last year. So Zodiac, if you want to throw in a link to the link tree, feel free. Oh God. Well, that announce table had it. But yeah, Nats fan, I'm with you here about, when it comes to social media, you have to be so careful. The link learning tree. Oh, no! I'll just leave it at that for that. As we're getting into our picture here. Yeah, guys, if you haven't heard the Retro Hangover yet and you like classic games, which most I think you do, click the link there, check out the podcast. Really fun guys. One of the few guys that actually signed up for Patreon over, so definitely check them out. Hell of a lot of fun, both guys. So, but yeah, when it comes to social media right now, you do have to be extra careful. And when you say when you see on social media certain stuff, it also depends on which social media platform you're on. Like, I know when you go on to Xitter or Shitter or whatever you want to call X, yeah, the majority of it is the commenters who think AEW is just a substandard product, while WWE is all encompassing, all great, all wonderful, all beautiful. Truth be known, when it comes to any promotion you're talking about, whether it be TNA, New Japan, MLW, AEW, WWE, they all have their good points, they all have their bad points. And there are different reasons why you want to watch one or the other. I'm going to be God honest with you. The main reason why I stick with AEW so religiously, it's 4 hours a week. It's not, well, if you go with WWE alone right now, between their 3 products, you're looking at it 7 to 8 hours. Between NXT, SmackDown, and Raw. And in terms of stories, like, yes, Tony Khan isn't like, when it comes to short-term story booking, it is just, it's just so, the short-term booking doesn't make a lot of sense a lot of the times. But some of the best long-term story writing that has been happening in wrestling has been happening in AEW. The story of Hangman Page ascending to the top of the wrestling platform and from there descending into madness the way that he has. I really like to see what's going to happen in this tag match. Because like I mentioned before the match, if they manage to get a Private Party to win this in a shocking manner or unconvincing, so then the Hurt Syndicate has to run the gauntlet to get back to those titles, that would be a lot of gutsy storytelling on behalf of Tony Khan. Because think of it this way. If it ends up being a real fluke win, picture the Hurt Syndicate having to go through the murder machines, having to go through FTR, having to go through the Bucks, having to go through any conglomerate, having to go through the hounds of hell. Brody and Buddy. Picture them having to go through all that to get back to a title shot. Because they'll just turn around and say, look, we'll earn our spot back. We're just going to eliminate every single tag team in our way. Brody and Buddy deserve to go. Absolutely. I think you clean up this situation. You wait for Malachi to, or Alistair in that case, to debut at the Rumble, which I wholeheartedly expect. I expect one of the surprises at the Rumble to be Alistair Black coming in. I expect him. I expect Joe Hendry. See, this is what I mean. Just by the skin of their teeth, they're surviving here right now. My surprise picks are Henry, Josh Alexander, Alistair Black, and Matt Cardona. I don't think you go that many. I really don't. Problem right now with it, and we just talked about a Dance fan. You talked about it earlier. The WWE roster is so stacked that you really can't go over the top that way. Because I think the two big surprises over at on the women's side will be Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair.
You left your house and walked into mine.
I think I might need to fix that graphic soon. That's what we need to talk about. Zodiac! 34 freaking months! Let's go! Thank you for resubscribing, my friend. I appreciate it. Prime subscriptions are awesome because they don't cost you anything. It's basically, screw Bezos, give me money. That's what I was talking about. Paige, I don't know if Paige is gone, but it seems like Britt's finishing up. Well, we got our new tag champs. Sorry, Private Party, but you just... Yeah, she broke up with her boyfriend. The party, well, yeah. The party is over. Yeah. The shot of the hard cam isn't the best for that, so. Oh, no, I agree. Like, there's... I said there were two ways to go here. The fact that you could have had the... there was no way the Private Party was going to win this clean. But having the Hurt Syndicate with those tag titles and having them defended on a regular basis, you're telling me that isn't going to be a plus? I'll throw this there. And, of course, I see who I see on my screen, so I need a little trip over spring there for... Ms. Mariah May. So they're having Mariah May, Toni Storm face-to-face on Saturday. I don't think it's going to top what we saw earlier tonight. I don't know if you saw what happened earlier, Zodiac, tonight, but we had our second match announced for Grand Slam Australia with Omega and Ospreay teaming up to take on Fletcher Takeshita. Yeah, they opened up with the face-to-face. Best to watch it, but it was Kenny Omega basically earning Ospreay's apology. Wow. Are we going to get 2 women's matches on Collision now? I love Renee. I love Renee in so many ways. And it's like, there's no reason you can't wrestle in Australia. You do. Yeah, Renee's just like, yeah, no. I don't know what's going on here. I want to know when Toni Storm pulls the gimmick off. Because she is acting. Because let's face it, it's the one thing that makes the most sense throughout this. I needed to find my part. And to find my part, I needed to find my beginnings. And to find my beginnings was to truly prove that I can be who I was. And I will be the champion again. Because I have the power of time in my hand. Show up the time stone on her bracelet or something. Well, yeah. Truth be known, folks, I was actually going to record one of my now infamous pre-show videos. If you guys haven't checked out the first one, go check out the YouTube channel. I did one about fans need to relax, need to chill out because of the new deals that have come out through Max and Netflix. I was actually going to do one today about Ricky Starks and the news about Britt Baker today and just everything going down. And I found it really interesting that I was going through my closet, and I'm going to talk about this when I actually get the video done. I was going through my closet and a lot of my AEW stuff. And a lot of my AEW stuff, there are a lot of people on the roster that are no longer there that I have shirts for. I got a Malachi Black, I got a Britt Baker, Bryan Danielson. And it's very interesting to see like people are complaining about everything going on, and then you see what I'm going to talk about the Ray Phoenix latest Instagram post about him sitting in a jail cell with a straitjacket on, and basically he's pulling if you guys are, I don't know how many of you guys are old school enough to remember MASH, the show from the 80s. If you do, Phoenix is basically taking the role of Klinger now. But instead of dressing up in women's outfits, he's dressing up as a he's basically dressing up as a lunatic. Putting on straitjackets, pretending he's in jail. He's like, fire me! Fire me! And then, yeah, just... Baker's a little different story, apparently. It seems like it just... When you don't have a lot of talent... When you don't have a lot of star power on your shows, somebody like Britt Baker is going to be absolutely amazing. I like her presence. Like I've glossed about it that she was one of my favorite wrestlers in AEW, and she the frick. Sorry, for anybody watching on TSN right now, they showed the Rugby Sevens World Championships coming to LA this summer in a commercial. And they showed a picture of Hulk Hogan ripping his shirt off as part of the LA show. Ugh. Oh no. Oh no. Please fix this. Let's see here. They probably would have been allowed to leave it. Penta not ran, told Amazing it was going to be. Yeah. Well, also the fact that WWE announced privately through Fanatics that they were making up Penta gear before Penta was even mentioned. And yeah, Britt apparently, like I was getting there. Sorry, it was a long term going, but the fact that you have when you don't have a lot of talent, you can live with an attitude. But when you start getting the talent, the attitude's got to be better. Hey, Mike, did you see Corey Graves last night light a fuse and people are speculating it's him asking for his way out to AEW? I honestly think Booker T's the one that's going to be sent out the door soon. He was flying. Oh, wow, Jerry Lawler reference on the show.
Took me back to a tag match early in my career. I was on right before Lawler. He was watching my match. And for the better part of 20 or 30 minutes, these two guys, candidly, they beat my ass. But not only physically, verbally. And as I was making my last-ditch effort throwing my haymakers, I threw in a few verbal jabs myself. And I got back to my dressing room, and right in behind me came the King. He shut the door, and he got up right in my face, and he said, "Jeff, what the hell are you thinking out there?
Thank you!
Don't ever get in the gutter with your opponent." I'll just say this. Sometimes it's good. No, sometimes it's great to come back home to remember who you are.
This is how you fix a problem.
MJF, you're going to find out exactly who the last outlaw is.
Hey, y'all, behind the hood.
Max, we're going to settle this Southern style somehow, somewhere, someplace. No lights, no camera. As we say around here in Knoxville, I'm going to take you out to the woodshed and beat your ass. But enough about that one-hit wonder. I want to get back to talking about you guys. Because you guys inspired me. You guys gave me the chance to get into the Owen Hart Cup last year. You guys...
I'm glad they cleared up the last week as best they could.
You ask yourself, what's that gift?
That's about as quickly as saying I'm sorry without being I'm sorry.
Of a 57-year-old man believing in himself that he can become...
Wonder if Kane's in attendance.
World heavyweight champion.
And it's Knox County, Tennessee. It's not Knoxville. He's actually in charge of everything around Knoxville, not in it.
AEW World
If I do remember my...
John Moxley.
He's calling out Moxley?
Holy smokes! Yeah, we heard from Jeff Jarrett weeks ago that fire
Like, why would...
rekindled inside of him. Be careful what you ask for, as the expression goes.
Sorry, just quickly checking something there.
You never know. Come on. Oh my God. Let's go, Jarrett. So hold a second. Claudio Castagnoli, the emissary of violence for Jon Moxley. A thunder.
Oh, so
Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett was looking,
Claudio's going to be like, yeah, you're not worth Moxley's time.
but Claudio was one step ahead of him. Nobody gets to Jon Moxley without getting through me first.
Also, we're going to get Claudio and Cope.
Let me give you one piece of advice, outlaw. Stay out of our business. Wow, Jeff Jarrett getting dropped by Claudio Castagnoli.
He's taking the microphone home with him.
Claudio! Yeah, turn your ass around.
Claudio sounds like Anakin? Hey, maybe.
Better than this. You're gonna have to kill me to stop me.
You make it sound like it's not a challenge. By the way, in honor of Grand Slam coming up, this is Aussie Lemonade Monster tonight.
Claudio, what about this? I beat your ass next week. I get my world title shot.
Ooh.
Beating you lifeless. An interesting proposition. I'll see you next week.
Claudio and Jeff next week.
It's on next week, folks. It's on in Huntsville, Alabama.
If you lose, you can never cut a promo again. Living it up with lemonade? Absolutely, Jersey Joe's. I'll be honest, I got tired of dealing with the regular, the regular sugar-free monsters. So I don't drink a lot of them. When you buy them at work or most places, it's like 2 for $8 or two. Here it's 2 for $6. So I got to mute. They ain't paying my bills, so I ain't letting them listen. They're normally 3 for $7 or 2 for $6. So I always have an extra one. And I'm one of those idiots. I am a complete idiot. Because I'll buy 2. I'll drink one at work. I'll bring one home. I'll forget to bring that one and I got to take it to work. Then I go to work and I got to buy another 2. And then I have that one at home. Next thing you know, I got a 6-pack sitting in the fridge for no damn reason. Do I drink C4? I do once in a while. But the thing is, it is ultra expensive up here compared to the other ones. The same thing with Ghost. Like Ghost is like $4.50 a can up here, unless you get a 2 for deal or something. His C4 is really good. I'm actually a big fan of the GG Sups for the most part. Down here, it's $1.60. Well, okay, let's do the math here right now. $1.67 American is approximately $3 Canadian. Right off the bat. Add shipping into it, and you're probably going around $5. $5 a can. Realistically. By the way, thank you for the hydrate, Zodiac. And yes, I'm only drinking one of those tonight. I got Pepsi's as backups after that. There you go. Didn't think about it. Yeah, like, that's one of the biggest things right now that's hurting the Canadian economy is the fact that, like, I think our money, even though the word is nice, I think the Canadian dollar is at like 69 cents right now to a US dollar. So if you're wondering why I haven't bought a lot of your merch, if you guys have merch stores or whatnot, that's why right now. The thing I'm trying to do right now is try to get as many games as I can before February 15th. Because in Canada, they've actually dropped our national sales tax on video games considering them an essential product. So trying to get as many games as I can before that thing lifts. So it's an extra 5% off. So, but yeah, it's going to be interesting. Alabama next week. I like the smaller venue with the bigger crowd and just the louder crowd, and the crowd's brought it tonight. And yeah, just really happy to, I need to order stuff from Canada. Hey, you know what? If you could get, usually if shipping is cheap, you are able to get a lot of good stuff from Canada. I know a lot of people will, if they're going to order it from like the UK or something, they're going to try to go through, they go through a secondary mail out to another country and then across. Just because of like, well, February 1st, apparently there's tariffs on everything, so that everything gets thrown out the window that way. But yeah, like the AEW store, they had to open up one in Toronto because the shipping costs were just stupid. Just borderline stupid for saying stuff in. Miss Megan Bain. I can't wait till we get Bain and Statlander. All right. AR Fox about to die. So I wonder what Swerve's going to do about his thing with Lashley. I think tariffs will be temporary, if not totally averted, longest until you have another election. Yeah, that's probably the most... Announcement, where's your favorite Harley Cameron? They already had the Harley Cameron spot for tonight. It was that interview with Tony Storm that Renee Paquette couldn't understand a word she said. Where they informally announced that Harley's going to be in Australia for Grand Slam. That's right, you were working on your CAD project when that happened. Literally, Tony Storm and Harley Cameron threw out every Australian term you could for a woman or for a fight. And Renee was just sitting there like, I didn't get a word you're saying here. AR Fox coming into the face entrance too. I'm glad that we get to see AR Fox on our TV. Like, if you aren't familiar with AR Fox, he was a stalwart in the Evolve days before WWE purchased it. Throughout that WWN circuit there. A lot of work up in the Northeast. A battle in the Washington natives here. Yeah, like that was the big story when these two were teaming up to take out Darby Allin. And they were just talking about it where AR Fox helped out Swerve go attack Darby and Nick Wayne at Nick Wayne's training little school there where his dad had his ring there. That story was... The one thing about Swerve, you know that his stories are going to be violent. I love that Uh-oh.
Ricochet, the man that 3 weeks ago launched that
Dexter in the house.
first triple. He's in the house here tonight, Tony. He's just arrived. And Tony, look at this.
I swear to God, he looks like a serial killer out of a Bond movie. More than anything else. The man with the golden scissors.
He holds it like a badge.
Patent pending, patent pending, patent pending. Just thought of those words.
Now Fox, though, turn our attention back to the ring itself. Swerve drops his shoulder, drop Fox off his feet. A bodyweight advantage for the former AEW World Champion, Swerve Strickland.
And it almost seems apropos, like if you're going to have like
First bet, it was Fox that was the more experienced. He was the larger of the two men, but
nice job, Swerve just rolled that right up. Now that you think about it, Swerve Strickland in many ways, a lot of people consider him to be the Joker of AEW. Like, you really don't know what you're going to get. He's a bit of a wild card. He's got that personality where, you know, he can be the most humorous guy in the world one moment, and you can dump a bat of chemicals on your head the second. Sorry, that's the Death Riders. My bad. But it almost seems apropos that the Joker would have his own anti-villains to take on. It's more of a, I don't want to call him an anti-hero, but almost seems more apropos to the storyline where a lot... I really want to get this video done. I just need to organize when to do it. The connection between AEW wrestlers and comic book heroes. Because I totally think that if we can find a Dexter... I don't want to call him Pig, because, you know, as soon as you mention Pig to a non-comic book fan, you're going to get different connotations. But there was a comic book character, I do believe his name was Pig, that literally would carve up the face of his victims and, you know, staple it onto other people. That almost feels like what we're getting out of Ricochet here. He would if he had a choice. Yes, I just got dark and very scary right there. Sorry about that, chat. Nice little neck breaker there. AR Fox, like, once again, he's one of those solid role players that you have on your promotion that every promotion needs. Credible enough to get victories, but very rarely gets them. Sort of like Serpentico, which... Like, thanks to Lensher in the chat from earlier, who's actually in Knoxville watching the show right now. He mentioned that you had Serpentico taking on Crazy Steve in the opening dark match prior to the taping here. So, Fox's AEW Ziggler. Here's a question for you, chat. I want to throw this out here for you. Is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence that the deal between TNA and WWE signs on a Friday, or a Thursday, Thursday prior to the TNA show, and then not even a week later, Nick Nemeth is no longer your TNA champion? And there's no real talk of a rematch? Granted, we got to wait till Thursday, and things are going to carry out. We do have the tapings to go on yet. They're doing their first live edition of TNA Wrestling on Thursday for the first time in 11 years or something. But it just makes me wonder in the back of my head, like, Nemeth knows how to do things the right way, but never thought about it. But Mike Nick is a super professional. he and WWE are a good. He got fired. He got fired. I get it that Nick's super professional, but. And I'm not saying that the title was taken for him for that. I'm thinking more of the fact of Ziggles wants to get away from the WWE, so does he finish here and go to New Japan or something? Nyla Rose is AEW Ziggler. On the women's division, definitely. I would absolutely say that. And I said it for and Zodiac. You could recall this as well. I've said this forever. Depending if you need a face or a heel, champions' first opponents were always either Nyla Rose or Anna Jay. Depending whether you had a face or a heel as a champion, the other one would be whichever one would fit that role would be the one that would be the first opponent. And I contrast Nyla and Anna Jay with Anna Jay more like being the X-Pac of AEW. Oh, Mr. Stabby Stab. And Nana's got a pipe. Like, seriously. Ricochet attempted murder. I'm with Shivani. I wouldn't follow back. I'd just get him out of there. Because I'll guarantee you, once this match is done, because now they're going to go, he's going to go for the house call now. Nope, never mind. Oh God, no, you're done. This is going to be 3 quick moves, but I guarantee you Nana's face is covered in blood in about 45 seconds here. This has got to be horrible on the knees. Yeah, I guarantee that. Great victory by Swerve. But yeah, I'm surprised there isn't a camera going right back there right now. Now they got oh, there it is. I'm surprised he wasn't gutted. Now, with that picture, wouldn't that be like attempted murder? Simon Miller, get your damn crime counter out again, because we need it. Oh, last week they made Hobbs a star. Like, he was a star already, but that just set him to another level. I really hate the fact that the promo cut into this match.
Hi guys, and welcome to another New York Minute. Coming to you live from Knoxville, right here nestled in the Rocky Mountains. But unfortunately this week, we're a little
Jericho gets every goddamn state wrong, doesn't he?
more somber. Because the learning tree lost last week on Maximum Carnage Collision. We were essentially beaten by the Outrunners and Powerhouse Hobbs, even though we tried to take Will Hobbs out before the match, but we failed at that, didn't we, Bill? As the learning tree always says, failures are the signposts on the road to success. Really? Really? That's what you're gonna say? You're comfortable with us losing, Bill, and attributing it to a learning moment? Well, learning moments only work if you learn from them. When are you gonna start using the knowledge that I'm
Ooh.
Bill?
Ooh.
Last week,
Ooh.
Hobbs. What are you gonna do about it?
Ooh.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Ooh.
Right, OT. Last week, Hobbs and I went face to face. He may have won the match, but he did not beat me.
Ooh.
It's because he can't beat me. And you want to know why that is? Because I am the biggest, baddest man in this entire company. Hell, in the entire industry. So you know what I'm going to do? This Saturday in Jacksonville,
Drink the nectar for the.
Hobbs, I'm coming to find you.
Fine. But the seeds are there. Big Bill is about to be big brought. I don't know what to tell you, chat. I really don't at this point. MJF showing up here.
He is the lowest of the low. He is MJF. Get the hell out of my ring.
I wonder who the Already in the Ring match would have been with. Bye, Chris. Bye, Gil. Bye, guys.
I want to say from the bottom
One more for the good guys.
Flexi342, thank you for joining the Players Pit.
single wrestling fan an apology after your actions last week. But if anybody deserves an apology more than anybody else, it's me. I mean, let's face it, Jeff, when I offered to help you win the AEW
To watch your next stream, add me on Discord.
line for a world title shot, I didn't do it because I believe in you. No. I did it
Really?
because I thought you'd be the easiest to manipulate and damn sure the easiest to beat. Jeff, the fact that you actually think in the year 2025 that you're gonna be the next AEW
That's sort of what I was thinking here, Zodes.
goes to show you're about as senile as you look.
When the first thing you're doing is telling me,
If you aren't yet, by the time Claudio Castagnoli is done beating your brains in next week, you will be. Jeff, I know you think if you grind hard enough, if you work hard enough, you're gonna earn yourself more time in the
yeah, I know, I'm.
an occupation you've
Queen.
loved. But Jeff,
What's that?
Wrestling doesn't love you anymore.
That's what we did with someone like that. Zodiac, for the record, I don't think there's a hot anything for you right now outside. Max, get off my frickin' TV. Max, just go away. You notice this entire time for this promo, I barely listened to any of it.
Chant all they want, Jeff. It doesn't change the fact that you're about to find out the hard way that sometimes you're better off making a deal with the devil.
They're letting you talk so you can shut the frick up.
Instead of defying him.
Thank you. Cut it. Music. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Real. Real. Okay. Also, Hangman in action. That's what I love that they're going to pass this up. If they pass up the Jarrett feud to go to Hangman and the weather as a result of his annex in Canada, I do is a bad idea. Absolutely. Mick G, good to see you here tonight, sir. Always a pleasure. I love how they got Hangman here saying, get out, get out, get out. Nobody wants you here. Get out. Get out. And MJF's just got to get smart. Hey, Midgie.
4 years at Penn State college football. His dad was a longtime college football coach, Bob Shoop, and wrestling was his first love. I'm not so sure now. The cover and the pin.
Not even like. That's like one of the matches we might see tonight on 2K24, which I am really looking forward to tonight. One of my major goals is going to be achieved. Well, it looks like Hangman's adopted a new move.
This past Saturday wasn't enough. Now, using Daniel's finishing technique there.
Finishing technique.
And then, as he was walking out, he came back to his
Maybe Daniels isn't done.
This could be trouble.
Oh, never mind. He's got a neck brace on.
See, wearing that neck brace. I saw earlier in the day, he was not moving well.
You want me to beat your ass again? Stop. I don't want to fight you, Adam. I never wanted to fight you, okay? I swear to you, all I ever wanted to do was be a friend to you, but I see now that I messed that up. All right? Every time I approached you, it was like I was pouring gasoline on a fire. And then you attacked me, you said what you said, and I let my ego and my insecurities escalate this to the point where I accepted the most violent match against the most violent man. I regret that, Adam. I'm gonna regret that for the rest of my life. Because after that Texas death match, that last buckshot lariat, added to all the damage I've done to my neck over the years,
You're done.
my doctors have advised me to never wrestle again.
So that's how he's doing his announcement of quitting. I don't mind that.
So I'm here face to face to tell you, you win. You've won the last match that I'll ever wrestle. So this is goodbye. I'm sorry. And I hope you can be happy now.
Now that's going to fuck with him. All right. Pardon my French, but that's really going to screw with Hangman. Because he's really conflicted if you really think about it. He is conflicted with, he doesn't want to be a bad man. He really doesn't. He feels pissed off. He feels he has to revenge everything that he's done. Hangman doesn't have credit. Hangman, how would I explain it? Hangman is... Here we go. Here's the comparison for all you WWEites. Let me throw this out here. I want to get a comparison. Everybody hates comparisons back and forth. I'm going to throw this one at you. See if it sticks. Hangman is the Undertaker of AEW. Doesn't need the title to be over. Is typically the most popular person on the roster in many respects. And no matter where he is on the card, he generates instant respect. I think in many ways you could compare the two. Personality-wise, let's not... We got a teacher versus... he's got very different views. Let's put it that way. But in terms of a character and their relation to the roster and everything that's involved... I would say it's a very, very close representation that, in many ways, Hangman Page is the Undertaker of AEW. I thought in many ways that could have been Danielson before, but it almost feels like Hangman makes a lot more sense because he can flip into that face and heel just that much easier. And God, can he portray a storyline. And yeah, like you said, McGee, he doesn't get enough credit for his acting. He doesn't get enough credit for his storytelling. Like, we were talking about this off the top of the show here, like during that beatdown with Omega and Ospreay and the Callis family. Tony Khan is somewhat, how do I put this politely, awful at his short-term booking. Just look at his dad in the GM situation with the Jaguars. But long term, like if you look at the rise and fall of Hangman, from winning those tag titles to winning the AEW World title to losing the title to entering the pit of despair and now slowly climbing his way out of it, because let's face it, even though he's like the baddest of the bad, he is still climbing out of the myth and the myrrh that was losing the title and going into this pit of self-despair. He is climbing his way out of it. He is slowly getting his way back up to the top. I honestly feel that given time, given the right breathing that it's getting right now, Hangman, put this in the back of your mind now to think about it. What if way down the road we got MJF winning the world title off Will Ospreay? And yes, I'm thinking 2 years down the road. And Hangman's the one that's going to beat. Well, there's your replay, Zodiac. If you guys didn't see the beginning of the show, you notice they took the time of the show off the screen now? MGS promo must have been shorter. They were able to do these replays here. Ms. Monet. Winnipeg Jets. Winnipeg Jets too? No. Osprey will never be confused for somebody from Winnipeg, ever. Hello. She's like Omega was 4 years ago, yeah. All right, well, this is one way to get a title match. Wow. So Harley's going to win a match. Harley will have a match in Australia and will win. I think she gets the title match and she ends up winning. Could you imagine Harley with the TBS championship? Could you imagine that? I actually, now I think about it, you're not going to change both women's titles on the same show. Oh, hi, Jamie. Screw it. Change that title in Australia. Why not? I do think Harley wins one more match before that. The Luchasaurus missing sign in the background. I just love how Julia's gone full bore with this gimmick. They haven't changed the name of it yet. We never got the closeout with Jamie and Britt, huh? No, we were talking about it at the beginning of the show here. You commented about it as well. With the fact that, you know, if Britt's got the attitude, why would you put her on the screen? She's got the talent. They got the story here, but is anybody really going to care about a Britt Baker-Jamie Hayter match at this point? I think I wanted to say I'm thinking it'd be a good match, but let's face it, the last few matches that Britt have had, like, remember at All In, we were complaining about how Mercedes seemed to have a problem with the chemistry with Britt, but seems to have no other problems, right? Since then. So I think it would still be a good match. I'm with you. Like, I would like to see it. I've mentioned how much I enjoy Britt Baker as a competitor, but I think it's more the case of not necessarily how much would you miss a match like that, as if how much would you miss it if you didn't get it. And I don't think there's going to be much of that. Sounds like TK's done with Britt. And yeah, we were talking about that. Like I said, it's one of those videos I was going to record before the show. Just had a little bit of drama at the apartment today, so I didn't have a chance to set that stuff up. But when it comes to AEW in many senses with their talent, they just If you're not going to have the right attitude with everybody in the locker room, you're not going to be there. And as much as I appreciate somebody trying to defend the women's division because the men went 57 minutes when they didn't need to, talking about Ospreay and MJF, it seems like there was a little bit more. I think there was a little bit more to that Atut Baker disagreement than we know about. And the fact that Atut's not getting any live promos at this point, it doesn't help what Jarrett did last week, but not that I think Alicia really worries about that, because she was a heel valet in MLW before coming over to AEW. As we just enter a picture here. But yeah, same thing with like Penta. You got Penta, you got Phoenix, you got Ricky Starks, you got Britt Baker, like, and Britt's not going anywhere for a couple years. And I don't think Britt's really going to care because she can focus on her dentistry and just be done with it. And here's the other thing about all these infightings and all this stuff. If it is false, like, let's just say, you know, Ricky Starks gets back on your TV sooner than later, it's going to be that much more of a pop when he does come back. Same thing with Britt. I think TK's just trying to get rid of that problems in the back rep. Yeah, like, let's face it. If you go onto Shitter, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, there's always going to be some of that bad rep of something, no matter what you talk about. Whether it be, you know, the attitude of Britt Baker, the fallout from All Out, Ricky Starks, always agreeing with creative, but just can't get anything done with TK. Phoenix putting up a picture of himself in a straitjacket in a prison cell on Instagram. Somebody's going to find something to start something up. And it just feeds into the tribalism, which we know is around everywhere. My philosophy's pretty much been the same with all this stuff. I like to worry about what's on my TV screen right now. What's going to be on my TV screen in 2 weeks? What's going to be at the next pay-per-view? The stuff that goes backstage, yes, I don't mind knowing about it for the fact that, you know, all right, well, I'm not really going to plan on seeing that person anytime soon. I saw that Harley segment, the first one or the last one? The one with Mercedes or the one with Tony? Because both of them were great, if you ask me. I do think we're good. Both? Yeah. I do think we get Harley versus Mercedes in Australia. And I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I like Phoenix, but he's not making himself look good. No, he's not. Not that he really, you know... Not that he really has anything to lose right now. But suck it up, princess. You have a contract. Did McGee bring up what Britt put on social media? No, I didn't even mention that. He didn't mention it, neither did I. I just know that there's the report that came down. I saw a picture of her. Like she was just in a t-shirt and jeans. And I know she ain't going to say shit right now. Because she's got a movie release coming up here in just a couple weeks. Oh, goody. This should be interesting. Oh, God.
Taz and Hayter understandably struggling because of the beating that Julia Hart put on her for the last few moments. Yeah, throughout the bulk of the break, it was Julia Hart on offense. To your point.
I didn't even throw it. Jesus Christ. All right, so let me just throw it out here. You can go look at it yourself. My apologies if I didn't pull it up here on the screen.
Cracking the jaw of Julia Hart with those elbow strikes, reversal.
Yeah, like, I didn't even know anybody brought that up. Let's just throw new... That's like fire a bucket of gasoline here. And here, let's just chuck that on the fire here. Somebody must have reported something about cheating. Like, all right, for those that aren't watching socials right now, let me just... Britt just basically put up a defense post about... There's a rumor about her cheating on Adam Cole. I honestly don't believe it. I really don't. And here's the more important point. I don't care what people do outside the wrestling ring. Who cares? Why does anyone care? Because everybody needs to know everybody else's business. And some people are correlating the fact that Adam Cole's getting a push now and starting to get back into gear, and Britt's showing up. They feel like one has to affect the other one here. And it's hashtag tell your source. Ugh. I don't have time to care about their life. I have my own relationship to take care of. That's exactly it. Like, so many people have so many other things to worry about. We were talking about this earlier. Like I said, I chose AEW to watch. Like, I'll watch some other stuff on short, but I just don't have the time. I watch AEW because it's 4 hours a week. It's an extra 5 if you have a pay-per-view. AEW has WWE has a minimum 7, if not 8. Brick could be a $2 hooker on the side or a Vestal Virgin. How the fuck's my... Exactly. Like, I don't really care. Notice that everyone online has a source, but never reveal. I don't know if you guys saw it. I like I said, I don't like to get too much into the negative stuff. Oh God, here we go. So it's 1-1 now with Jamie Hayter and Julia Hart. It means we're going to get a third one out of this. Hayter's looking great, so are her wrestling skills. Attaboy, Zodiac, attaboy. Let this go 7. Hey, I'd let it go 300. I love how somebody has a missing Luchasaurus sign in the crowd. Ooh, she was the B word.
You win 1, I win 1, and when you want number 3, you got it.
That's 3 promos in a row now that the House of Black have been put over by major opponents. Major opponents. Yeah, I'm with you on the Luchasaurus sign there, McG. But Zodiac, let's. I'll bring it back up about.
Around town is that he planned on looking for old Powerhouse Hobbs this Saturday on Collision. Well, guess what? Jacksonville's where I got my start, and you don't have to look for me very hard, because I'll be waiting for you in the parking lot.
Very ominous.
A parking lot in Jacksonville, that might be the most dangerous place in the world. But in terms of Haters music, you will be seeing new music for her in spring. Mikey Ruckus on the old socials. Somebody was asking about the Haterade Volume 2. Because this is an actual album, start of an album that Mikey Ruckus released. It's called Haterade. It's a 30-minute disco track, or a dance track that you would play in a club, right? So apparently the new one for Haterade is going to be coming out this spring. So yeah, she'll be getting new music. So it's probably going to be something similar, but you know. But yeah, with that being said, this is the last commercial break before the main event here. So I want to give you guys a rundown of what we're going to be doing the next few days. Tomorrow, we'll be here 1 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Mountain. I'm going to do my damnedest. I think everything's okay and set up. We're going to be checking out the Xbox Direct. Checking out the new games that are going to be coming out. And then following that, we're going to get into Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. We started it last week. Been a hell of a lot of fun. Let's get back into it this week. See if we could dive in a little bit tighter. Then we'll be back on Saturday with AEW Collision Sidecast. Maybe have Saturday Night's Main Event on a side TV somewhere. And then we're going to have WWE 2K24 weeks 13 and 14. We're going to have 11 and 12 tonight after we're done. We're going to have 13 and 14 there. Game's not bad. Little bit tough on the... Or a little bit... I want to see where we get the little bit of flow going on here. With the Indiana Jones game. It is running rather well. I think we're just about to wrap up the first area in the Vatican, and then it's probably going to send us somewhere else. It is an Indiana Jones game, so. Sunday, there is no stream. Go Bills. Either Monday or Tuesday, we're going to get a stream in here. I'm sorry I didn't get on yesterday. I want to try, but I got sucked into Warframe. Yeah. There's some games that'll suck you in. I'm sure we're going to find one tomorrow during the Developer Direct that's probably going to try and suck me in as well. So, suck. And then either Monday or Tuesday, we're going to get a stream in. I got to catch you guys up on the Fight Club. Maybe get some sports involved. Well, that Monday, Tuesday, we play loose and fast with it. And then next Wednesday, we'll be here for another AEW Dynamite Sidecast, as well as the Fastlane PLE for WWE 2K24. And we'll have details about 2K25 and roughly a schedule about what we're going to be doing here going forward. All the details will be released. There's supposed to be a WWE release window on the 28th. With some details about the games, so. But if you're not following, make sure you follow. Well, I got Game Pass, so that's why Indiana Jones helped me there, so. Make sure you're following if you haven't already. I didn't forget about that. Sorry, Nats fan. Mike, the parking lot at the Jags facility will be seeing the most action of the year because we know the stupid screen. Because we know the fans don't tailgate there? No.
We've had a voice to guide us. That voice was all mortality.
I would.
Has gone silent.
And we are done living in the shadows.
It's time to honor ourselves. No rules.
No leaders.
No gods.
No masters.
Just
Violence. When we bark together.
well, this Saturday, Brody King, Buddy Matthews taking on the Gates of Agony.
Oh, that's right. We got that tag match on Saturday. The Gates of Agony take it on. Yes. Oh, I think this is their polite way of saying Alistair's gone. And I'm saying Alistair because we all know what's happening. I guarantee you he shows up at the Rumble. I wouldn't be surprised if he's number 3 in the Rumble. All right, one of the most wasted talents I can think of right now, with all due respect to Justin Roberts, guess who's an agent for AEW I just found out this week? Who's an agent who's helping run in the back? Say he's doing more indie stuff right now? Yeah, he'll show up at the Rumble. That pop he'll get. 3 just like AJ Styles, exactly. But who's backstage? Guess who's backstage? That could be amazing for Cope. Tony freaking Chimmel. An agent's basically one of the guys that helps us set up the matches and set up all the specifics for stuff like that. I don't think you'll find anything better or different in WWE. He'll be with his wife, which would be great, but when the last time WWE said nothing was supernatural, not involving Taker. Exactly. Oh, no, I don't think what's going to happen with him is any better. But I do think that he's going to be working with... Tony Chimmel, the ring announcer. You know, the Radar Superstar. He's backstage. Get him out here for one freaking match. Bring him out for the pay-per-view when he wins the world title. Bring him out of Revolution. Bring him out. Bring him. Please bring him. Like I'm saying, just one time. Just one time. Just to get that pop. But yeah, going back to the Alistair / Malachi Black thing. How did I discover that? I think I was listening to Busted Open one day in their truck. My work truck gets a free year of Sirius XM, so I get the privilege of listening to Bully Ray BS about WWE. And I think he was mentioning it through something there. But yeah, when it comes to Malachi or Alistair, whatever you want to call, I don't think he'll get anything special. I think he's being slightly mentioned right now in the Chad Gable taking on his crusade against luchadors. Like, I believe that the name that Dominic used to give the phone number to Gable last week had a reference to Malachi's school. I didn't write down all the details because I'm seeing stuff, but there is a slight nod to his school apparently in the name or the description that he gave. Dolph Gable, yeah. In many ways, I don't mind him in that role. There's been a trend with AEW folks going back to WWE, pushing for a month in mid-card with you. Here's the thing. I don't care which promotion you're talking about right now. Even TNA. Very top-heavy on all ends. Maybe not as much right now with TNA compared to the others, but that's why the partnership might work out for a little bit right now. Like, you want to talk about the top of the women's division? Everybody's faced everybody. Now you're bringing in Cora Jade to take on Masha. Yeah, that. Nats fan, I want to be very careful with that, and I did see that report as well. Be very careful what you read about reports about pushes not given, storylines not approached, things all. WWE has said that they intentionally send out fake stuff to throw people off sense of different stuff. So, for all we know, Alexa Bliss could be part of the Wyatt Six going forward. Or she could be going back to her bitch gimmick. Or she could be upset completely different. Or she could be home being a great mother. If SRS doesn't say it's super sus at this point, I agree. By the way, good to see you here tonight, PJC. They already ruined the Wyatts. Well, the Wyatt shot. Nats, I would disagree with you completely. As far as I'm concerned, Sean Ross Sapp is the only one that I actually consider as accurate, because they always are. Sean Ross Sapp is very, very, very accurate in his reporting. I don't think I've ever. It's been a long time since I've seen him not be right about something. And sorry about that. Thank you, PJC, for getting that. He has a problem with it. Yeah, like, I don't know if he's. I actually listened to his interaction with Air Gold on X, if you didn't see that this week. Air Gold's basically being a troll and, try to be a reporter when he's not. And SRS called him out on his stuff. But yeah, McGee, let me fire this back to earlier asking there. I think what happened, PCO, for those that don't know, PCO had a copy of the digital media title for TNA, which he is the champion technically. And he pulled out the old Mr. Perfect hammer and smashed it to bits on the GCW show on Sunday. Which, between that and the alley catch injury, showed that the cage match results for that pay-per-view were absolutely sad. That's why I don't like him, because I hate spoilers, so I just block. That's fair. I can give you that. Just don't say that he's bad. He's not bad at his job. He's too good. That's the problem. His job is to go find out this information, right? So, myself personally, I prefer to know my match card before I go into a show. But yeah, with PCO, apparently TNA did not authorize that. He's absolutely pissed because he was supposed to lose the title in this run. This set of tapings, including what's starting tomorrow, were supposed to be the finish of PCO's run with the company, and he was probably just pissed that he knew he wasn't getting re-signed. And he decided to go to GCW and vent his frustrations. GCW's playing it off that they didn't know it. I call bullshit. But this is wrestling. Who knows? GCW always finds a way to step on their own face whenever they run Hammerstein. GCW is always one of those that always finds a way to step on their face whenever they get good. It's like, that seems to be a way a lot of promotions are these days. AEW's like that too. They were getting a step ahead, and then With that said, it's the digital media title. It's the first time they actually went viral since Joe Henry was champ. It's true. It's true. Like, a lot of people didn't even know it was. Well, there's numerous factors. Let's not blame one simple person in that. Every promotion has a way of stumbling over their own feet sometimes. Like, hell, you put Triple H in a press conference and ask him a question that's mildly tough. You get Tony Khan to have to rebook an injury. He ain't doing nothing. GCW, I think honestly Sunday was a combination of poor control and bad circumstance. If Ali doesn't get injured there, I think you get a very different view of that show, because in New York City, they had to wait for a second. Basically, the rule was you have to wait for an ambulance to be on site before you can continue. And since they had to use the ambulance to take Ali to the hospital, they had to wait for the second ambulance to show up before they could resume the show. So that's why there was such a big delay. Fans don't care about the reason for the delay. All there is there's a delay. They don't know what's going on. They're irritated. And then if things don't go perfectly, people just get more irritated, and it just exponentially gets bigger. And that's when you get like a 0.8 for a score. Apparently, that's what was on Cage Match at one time. I'd assume it probably got better now. But yeah, watching her break her leg, and it just, I'm wishing nothing but the best for her, but that's going to be a year of recovery. But she does have the right attitude for it. She's like, this is going to be an opportunity to see how I can grow in other ways. She had the surgery. Now everybody's helping out with the GoFundMe, which says a lot. The fact that it grew as big as it did, as quickly as it did, just shows how many people really care about her. As they're coming back from the actual for the picture-in-picture now.
Discretion is advised. Ring the bastard PAC with the advantage of the radar superstar Adam Copeland, a.k.a. Cope. The game plan has been evident task.
I love how now AEW is sort of walking back the Cope thing a little bit.
Cope trying to get that left hand
They're using Adam Copeland, a.k.a. Cope.
to prevent getting choked out with this bulldog choke by PAC. Yeah. That's the right thing.
Just because you prefer to be called something doesn't mean you're actually going to.
Get some separation. Try to get that crook in the man's arm off of your throat. And we're going to stay with this one here on Max and TBS as long as it takes.
Oh, they got to use the as long as it takes.
Copeland can mount a comeback. But PAC, snap suplex, great snap suplex, shorter than the man, not as tall as Copeland. His hips are already under Copeland, so he can peel off that snap suplex like that. Yeah, great left.
I love how Taz can break down a good suplex story.
Gets the boot up into the jaw.
Just because of the anatomy and the physics of everything there.
Kick. When you have those long limbs like Cope does, man, that's how you
But yeah, once again, everybody, just as we're checking out the final part of the main event here, thank you, everybody, for being here. I truly do appreciate all of you.
this other angle of the same drop kick. Unreal, man.
For those that are new here, we do this every Wednesday and Saturday. We will be here Saturday for Collision. I'm not convinced that Saturday night's main event's going to be anything worth watching. There'll be good matches. There'll be a stunner to Shawn Michaels, which for many people will be a good thing, but
PAC is a loyal soldier who ducks underneath the lariat attack. Cope drives down PAC. Face first right there. PAC landing hard. Could have been sternum. Could have been his nose.
as far as I'm concerned, some of the matches they got planned here for Saturday are going to be a lot of fun.
Like that, it's tough. Fans coming up this Saturday. AEW Collision. Our homecoming in Jacksonville, Florida. We will see tag team action. Brody King, Buddy Matthews taking on the Gates of Agony. Plus trios action as the undisputed pick to take on Daniel Garcia, the TNT.
That's That's right. Undisputed Kingdoms against 2.0 and Garcia. That's going to be a lot of fun.
World champion Brian May ahead of their battle at Grand Slam Australia, and Tony Khan has just made it official. Ryan Cage and
What the fuck?
matches that we saw last year, they will face off as the Sky.
All right, Ospreay and Cage, let's go next week.
1 week from tonight, Cage and Ospreay live on Dynamite. Plus, Jeff Jarrett, Claudio Castagnoli has been made official, and then in 2
And
weeks' time, Dynamite are returning.
Jarrett Castagnoli, okay.
Swerve Strickland, Ricochet, 1-on-1. You know,
Wrestling fans get spoiled in Atlanta. They get Raw next week, and then the week after they get Dynamite.
for that match coming up on, I'm sorry, on Collision. Look for that match coming up on Collision. That's on Dynamite this coming Wednesday, Tony. Sorry to correct you, but right now.
Tony, you're all over the place. Calm down, man.
He's trying to battle. He's fighting here. He knows Pac's down. He's trying to feed off the
Trying to remember, I think we get a live Collision this week. Oh no, that's right. They tape it because of Saturday night's main event. They're taping tomorrow.
think you're right.
Next week we actually get a taped.
To his stomach, sometimes the simplest defense.
No, it's the week of
Yeah, true. Drop your weight. Armor your
the week of Grand Slam. They're doing a taped Dynamite too.
the leg that's surgically
So we're gonna get 2 tape shows that week. So I promise you, no spoilers.
a plate plus 7 screws is what it took to reconstruct that broken tibia of Adam Copeland. But right now,
Jesus. Copeland just opened up a can right there.
some serious impact. Pac, he just got drilled.
And there's the execution.
What he is,
Sorry, I'm calling it what it was.
never say die. Phenomenal athlete. I think the best shape of his life right now. The impaler, but you can see all the damage to Cope's neck. Did not.
It doesn't matter. He's setting up for a spear anyway.
Instead, Pac rolling free, Copeland up to the corner. Stinking. Cope is stinking. That's what the great ones do. They think they're figuring out right
Cope-
now. You watch them think on the
Taz with the line of the year.
what am I gonna do? I can't
He's thinking. He's thinking. The great ones think.
It's usually
What, do the other ones not think?
will be incoming, but with the damage to the neck, Copeland. Oh, wait a second, leapfrog frog. Yeah, Pac anticipated him. Now, Cope.
What is Cope doing?
Carry. But Pac, look at this back transition. The brutalizer gonna stick.
Standing brutalizer.
Amazing what he can do. And you saw it on the face of Copeland. He realized that he just stepped in it. He gave this. He gave
I'd almost be tempted to turn this into a twisting air raid crash. But knowing Pac, he would probably just let it fall and then grab it right back again.
falling into the ropes to force the break. Little frustration.
That's why if you see somebody caught up in a move like that, you would think it would just be smart to just drop to your back and squash him. A guy like Pac, with the way that he's built with his body, you could absorb that kind of hit, take the quick blow, and then get back into it and throw a bigger one on.
And we've been talking up Pac, his resume, his record. And you know, many people think of him as a high flyer, but he's so multifaceted. Oh, wait a second, Pac.
Tried to deadlift German, just didn't work.
Different elements of Pac's game is what makes him so dangerous. And look at that thrust kick to the base of the neck. Cope is stunned. And Pac now pump kick. Right to the back of that beam, man. Right to the base of German. German suplex. And you saw immediately Bryce Remsburg, the referee. I can't remember the last time I've seen Copeland suplex like that. Well, because the referee, Bryce Remsburg, he calls it a check.
Cope selling is like A1.
Back off for a bit to let the referee check him and see if he can defend himself. And you can tell, I really think Pac wants to win the brutalizer on. There it is. Sliding in, brutalizer is locked center of the ring. Cope in trouble here. Good God.
Cope has got some strong muscles folded up like that the way he was.
Taz, this could very well be a tap or snap situation for Copeland. Yeah, no, Cope's in trouble, bro. I'm telling you. And he rolled Cope up on his edge. That's what he could have done. He's going to sit from here. He could have pinned him there.
Is he gonna try and lift him up?
I'm sitting here, not in the ring. What a Superman effort this is to get to his feet. Cope to his feet.
That's what I was talking about earlier. Like off the first shot, you wouldn't do that. Now that he's been beaten down a little bit, you can get away with that.
That was an amazing counter by Cope, but he can barely pull himself up here, Taz. The rated R superstar Adam Copeland, a.k.a. Cope the Bastard Pack, battling it.
These guys are going tooth and nail right now. Spear to the back? Well, I guess that's going to take you down for a little bit.
Really attacking the core right now of PAC. But you see, Copeland, he's struggling with that neck injury. All that damage done.
I'd almost expect this to be a no contest by the end of this.
Taz, when you have those neck injuries, they linger. I'll tell you from experience, you get that numbness even on offensive moves, and that's probably what Cope is dealing with.
Or is he going to try to go for a third spear?
Over to the ropes, trying to get a position for a potential rope break with whatever Copeland has in mind.
What is Cope doing?
Cope, center of the ring. Got a cutter. Big touch
An Argentine backbreaker?
from Copeland. Gets the cover. And the
I think Cope wants to do a new finisher. Basically, he's trying to do the cutter that Moxley does to get the win. It's just nobody saw it coming. There was no build to it. Oh, there's your buddies in the back. Rock and roll at FTR. They didn't have the Outrunners? Maybe not. An execution, would it be? Maybe Pops comes out. JJL saved the day. Or they just beat him up and they go off the air this way. Okay. All right, I'll take Jay White. I'll take Jay White as a nice pièce de résistance here. Let's dump you. Ha! Oh, and Wheeler just skirting his way in there in a hurry. So Jay White beat added to the mix. I don't mind that. Because eventually I want Jay White to get a world title. Now he's got the Bulldog choke on. Okay. I don't find a real Yeah, but it just...
Fading away, getting choked out. It's not just about how it restricts the blood flow in the carotid artery. It's about the damage pressure applied to the neck, that surgically repaired neck of Copeland.
Now Moxley just rotating the neck around, loosen it up a bit.
John Moxley delivering a sermon on violence to the rated R superstar, along with the
As they're dropping the camera to go help. Either that or that cameraman just doesn't know how to work a camera well.
Adam Copeland. He's going to need some serious medical attention.
As we're about to fade to black.
Thank you for joining us here tonight. We will see you Saturday night for Collision.
I said it before, I'll say it again, I'll say it forever. Adam Cope is probably going to be your next world champion. I think it makes way too much sense. The fact that you could get casual fans to remember who he was. And the match between Mox and Cope is going to be promoted to all heck. Revolution is going to be a lot of fun. Christian's going to cash in the title right away, which is going to set up a ladder match, Double or Nothing. I am still calling that booking being 100% lined up perfectly here. So, but all in all tonight, like I said, everything seems to be a lot of fun. Everything seems to be lined up perfectly. We have Ospreay and Omega working together now, setting up that match for Australia. We got Harley Cameron essentially working with Mercedes somehow here. I don't think we're done with that just because Mercedes said we're done with that. Considering the weather messed with things, I wonder what it did actually mess up. Jeff Jarrett got a good promo without having to be, he managed to book himself out of the crap that he did last week. And basically, without actually saying he fucked up, he said he fucked up. So he got himself out of that, so I consider that a plus. MJF's promo was rather limited for an MJF promo. And the fact we got the stare down between Hangman and MJF, that will be... And the storyline beat with Christopher Daniels, too, on top of that. A lot of fun, but... The most underlying story, and I think the thing that we're going to be dealing with most going further... I think they backpedaled last week. I think they fixed last week's promo. I don't think they just backpedaled on it. I think they fixed it. Got away from the details that they didn't need and just worked out that way perfectly. But the one thing that a lot of people probably need to talk about, but they aren't, just because there's so many other things going on in the show. The Hurt Syndicate defeated Private Party for the tag titles, which I feel is going to be... It sucks for Private Party, yes. If they could do some kind of vindication story for Private Party, moving them back up, it would be great. But it almost feels like, and I don't want to say this because it really is bad. I think that in the way Private Party is like, you know how New Japan has their junior tag titles? I almost feel that AEW, and I don't construe this for me wanting more titles in AEW, which, by the way, WWE has 6 more titles than AEW, just for the record. It almost feels like Private Party, the Incredible Bowser Brothers, Top Flight, Infantry, all those guys, they need another set of titles for those teams. Then you got your FTRs, your Murder Machines, your Hurt Syndicate, and whatnot that are your main tag teams, your big ones. And I almost wonder if they're going to try to do a redemption arc with Private Party. I really hope they do. But I don't know. I really don't know, to be honest. But all in all, like I said, great show tonight. Made up for a lot of the crap that we had to deal with the promo basically killing the show. Oh yeah, and don't forget Julia Hart and Jamie Hayter. And Jamie putting over Julia, followed by the promo basically letting us know that Malachi's gone. And the fact they're no longer in the dark, they're in the light, but they're hunting together. So expect a few changes coming up soon for those three. And could be as soon as Saturday. So